I like to think of disabled people as nature's problem solvers, because since we became disabled, we've had to manage in a society that's designed without us in mind. That means that simple things like getting across London when only less than a third of the tube system is accessible to me, that's something that I have to deal with and I have to plan for every day. So if you're looking to employ somebody, you should be looking at disabled people, because we have a whole range of skills that we've had to develop, because that's what society has made us do, and we're really pretty good at it. So I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a collagen disorder. It means all of my joints are really, really bendy because they can stretch in interesting directions. It also affects my gut, my eyes, my skin, how I heal, all sorts of different things. In terms of how it affects me day to day, I experience a lot of pain and a lot of fatigue, and so I work primarily in a wheelchair because this just enables me to do a lot more, and it means I have to take fewer painkillers. So it means I can have as normal a life as I'd hope to normally. Generally, people are really helpful to me when I'm getting out and about. I think, there has been a really big narrative of disabled people being benefit scroungers and all that kind of thing, which does mean that you can get some quite negative responses, particularly as a young person in a wheelchair. But most of the time, people are good and they just want to help me out. I think a lot of the time, if there are any problems, it's because people are scared of asking and don't know how to approach me. So, yeah. Just say hi. Being a wheelchair user, having any kind of disability definitely increases your day-to-day costs. So for example, I'm sitting here in quite a fancy wheelchair that I need to work, but a chair like this costs around £5,000. So there's the additional cost of that. I can't rely on public transport as much as non-disabled people, so I have to spend a lot more time in my car because otherwise I tend to get left on trains. And then there's all the additional costs like prescription fees, getting to different appointments. All of these things really mount up and can make being disabled quite an expensive experience. Most of the time, I'm really proud to be a disabled person, but occasionally when I'm in pain or I'm tired, or yet again, there's things I can't do because society has put barriers in the way, like steps, inaccessible transport. Those are the days I do wish I didn't have a disability, but the majority of the time, I'm really proud of the person it's made me and the opportunities I've had as a result of it. When it comes to language around disability, the main thing is to speak to the individual if you're talking to a particular person and ask them what language they use, what language they prefer. There's loads of different words that we don't like so much, but a lot of the time if you say disabled or you just ask them how they identify, how they want to be referred to, that's absolutely fine. The trick is just to ask and not be too worried about getting it wrong. We generally really want to support you in getting it right. So there are some terms that you really shouldn't use around disability. In the UK, the word handicapped, we really don't like that. Differently abled as well, not so good. We're disabled, and disabled isn't a bad word. Neither is wheelchair, which is a word a lot of people want to avoid saying. Otherwise, don't call us cripples. We really don't like that. So approach somebody with a disability exactly the same way as you'd approach anyone else. And always remember, speak to us, not a carer or someone that we're with, because we can generally answer for ourselves and we want to.